I'm gonna be real with you, chat. Listen, we've read a lot about Stadium, the Battle Pass, etc. I don't need to read all the paragraphs for you. I think we have an idea. Season 16 is Stadium. You got the Doki Watch type of theme. We got State. Okay, then we can go here. So I can start with this. I'm gonna skip by some stuff. We've read a lot of this stuff over the past 2 weeks. Stadium Initiation. Celebrate Stadium's launch with Stadium Initiation, a special event where winning earns you more than just bragging rights. Make a name for yourself by conquering challenges, climbing the ranks, and unlock seasonal cosmetics like the Stadium Rookie Soldier 76 and Stadium All-Star Juno skins before they're gone. Perfect your strategy, dominate your opponents, or just simply rake in some wins for the fun of it. The mythic skin is Juno. I'll look at that after. The Stadium Initiation event is here for you to flex your skills and reap the rewards all season long. And then you can do all this stuff. You get, if you do the rewards, you get the Soldier 76 Stadium Rookie skin and the additional rewards. If you reach All-Star, you get the All-Star Juno skin, and then you can complete multiple challenges for unique loot boxes. Obviously, Stadium, we'll do a whole thing on this. I don't need to read all this. Let me see if there's anything here. We know this stuff. Only roll queue. Oh, yeah, here's one that's important. You can group up regardless of skill. If you're a rookie, like, if you're the equivalent of bronze and your friend is the equivalent of top 500, there's no grouping restrictions. You can play together with whoever you want to in Stadium. There's 9 maps. We already know that stuff. The heroes, we know this one, 17 heroes, and there's no perks. Yeah, there you go. We pretty much know all this stuff. This is stuff that's been talked about with Stadium. I'm not going to go too deep into this one because there's a ton here. But I can always answer questions on that. But we know all of this information on Stadium because we've gone through this. So, all right. Like, this is stuff that's known. Let's go there. We have, obviously, Freya is added to the mix now. Freya is in. Crossplay does not exist right now. That is confirmed. Obviously, we have the Heart of Hope Juno Mythic skin, which we'll take a look at in a bit. We have the new Mythic aspects, which is the Iridescent aspects. Those look cool. I'm curious to see how they look. And then we have general updates. Streamer Protect. You can hide a player icon. You can hide a name card. You can hide a player title from others. Wow. Now it will definitely work for me because that's been the problem I ran into. So now you can have like default randomized stuff. I think that's a good win for streamer mode. Reporting features. Players can now receive an instant notification if a player is already actioned. I just want to have a notification pop up for me. Again, I know that everybody gets it to pop up. Mine's just broken. I haven't seen a notification in 2 years. So I don't know what's happening. Mine doesn't show up. But anyway, prior to this feature, reporting a player that already been banned or suspended would not result in any additional information. So maybe okay. Maybe that will help. And then players can now report from replays. Ooh. This new feature benefits from instant report and feedback described above. Since replays can be shared, a new set of measures have been developed that will always prevent organized mass reports from taking actions against these players. Maybe it's linked to people in the lobby or something like that. But that is important because of this. They always say the best time to report is when it happens. Well, if I don't know somebody's aimbotting the whole time until the end of the game, how am I supposed to report that when it happens? So if you can go to the replay now and look at the replay and be like, oh, here's what they're doing, that is a good way to add to that, right? So that is a good addition to the game. And my guess is it's probably just tied to like the accounts in the game. Okay, so next up is hero bans. I've already gone through the hero bans again. If you want information on this, we have a video on pretty much how hero bans are going to work. We'll leave it to that, but hero bans are in the game now. So I can do a quick summary if it helps with the video. Each side has 2 heroes they can ban. You have 3 heroes you can vote for. The top one has counts as the most points. So it's basically a voting-based system. It will make sense as you go in there. But if you look at like my YouTube short or all that, it's described. It's described in the exact same way. All right. So hero bans do exist now, and they will be in the game. Officially, we're on to the balance changes now. Stadium does not have crossplay. Keep in mind, I've given feedback on that. Is the update on Steam? I got it on Steam. Okay. So there you go. Okay. Next up, balance changes. So, Diva has some changes here. Bunny Stomp is now combined with Ejection Suit. That is perfect. Thank you for doing that because they felt like wasted perks combining them. I can see that. There's a new minor perk called Bunny Power. Eject grants 75 temporary overhealth, and the Calmex damage radius is increased by 50%. So what they're doing is they're taking the 2 minor perks right now, merging them together to put in a new perk called Extended Boosters. Now, this one excites me. I really want to try this one out. Hitting an enemy with boosters increases the duration by 0.5 seconds. I like that. That's kind of fun. That's gonna allow for me to go for some really cool plays. And chat, with hero bans now, I can maybe get my teammates to ban Zarya for me, or maybe Winston. And then I can actually just play Diva without having to worry about all the counter swap Carls. That's going to be interesting. So D.Va gets a little bit of a perk change. I have no problems with that. I think that's good. All right, Hazard. I think people will just ban D.Va. We'll see. Off the top, increase leap slashes damage from 30 to 50%. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like that's a way for supports to get one shot more, but who knows? All right, anyway. No, that's fine for that. Orisa. Looks like, to everybody's excitement, Orisa is buffed for this season, which I think we were all hoping for. Augmented Fusion Driver, damage increased from 13 to 14. Fortify now prevents Hack's ability lockout from interrupting abilities. And Heat Dissipator increases amount of heat reduced per headshot by 33%. Now, the Hazard perk is for tanks. Oh, that's a good call then. Good call on that one. The Hazard perk is only for tanks. Good call out on that one. That's a good change then. I'm fine with that one. That's my mistake. I don't play a ton. Can I be honest with you? This is fine. This is fine. I'm gonna explain why to you. Hear me out. The only reason why Orisa got massively oppressive was because of survivability, not because of this stuff. Yeah. No, I'm telling you. The reason why Orisa would get ridiculously overpowered is because of survivability. This is fine. Now, I'm not saying that Orisa won't go do well and they can bring this back, but I'd rather they do this than put power into survivability, because that was Orisa's problem. That was Orisa's problem. It was survivability. All right, through all the comments, Orisa has been underperforming in comparison to other tanks, increasing her damage to allow her to be more threatening without boosting her survivability. That's pretty straightforward. All right, Reinhardt. Fiery Uptake has been removed, so for all the people who liked the Fiery Uptake perk, it's now removed. I have no clue what that perk is. Okay, Crusader's Fire. A new perk. Refund a charge of Fire Strike when you stun an enemy. Overfilling up to 3. Does that mean if you, like, pin someone, you get that? That's kind of cool. So if you pin a tank, you get a follow-up. Okay. And then Shield Slam distance increased by 50%. Yes! I was just hoping I had a second way to feed easier. Wonderful. Yeah, Shatter too. Yeah, Shatter, you can do that too. So if you it says overfilling up to 3. So if you shatter 3 people, do you get 3 Fire Strikes? Because if that's the case, that is really good for Ryan. That is really good. If it's only like chained to 1, that's different. But if you get 3 Fire Strikes on a shatter, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. Like, I can see it now. You shatter them. You go for the Fire Strikes. Kiriko cleanses them. And then you go, well, you know what? At least I have 3 Fire Strikes. I like that. Diabito, thanks for the 16 months of the tier 1. Thank you. I appreciate it. You said still no nerfs? I really do believe that with hero bans being in the game now, that you're going to see less nerfs than you are going to see buffs. And I think the reason is that if a hero's a problem, people will ban it. If a hero isn't a problem, then they'll get data on that one.
Shatter,
again, it's a balanced philosophy. Whether it works or doesn't, we'll find out. But I think that's what they're aiming for. So you're going to see more buffs and like chaotic fun than you're going to see what's nerf this hero. We've been through that, right? We've been through the, okay, let's nerf Orisa Javelin spin. Okay, let's buff Orisa Javelin spin. Now we buff Orisa damage. Okay, there you go. Roadhog is up next here. Also, Sun on Twitch. Thanks for the Prime sub. Thank you. Appreciate it. Now, next up, we have Roadhog. Hog toss removed. You can't throw your hog anymore. All right, chat? You were wondering about throwing your hog. You can't do it anymore. They got rid of hog toss. All right? I think that was a perk again. I don't know the perks by name now. So, like, Pent Up is a new minor perk. When Pigpen is triggered, refill 50% take a breather resource, which can overfill. Kind of cool. Gives you more incentive to get that. Okay, I can see that. And then Hog Dragon Exposure, increased radius from 8 to 10 meters. I don't know how to feel about that, but it seems fine. Sigma, Levitation. Jump can now be held down to hover. Okay. So you're saying I can go into the air and then hover for a while if I hold it? Okay. I like that. Only thing I say,
so we won't see nerf.
If you're going to do this for Sigma, you got to do it for Zenyatta. Right? But yeah, that's a good change there. Winston. Base health increased from 225 to 275. Based armor reduced from 250 to 200. Ooh. Okay, that is good. Because let me tell you, this puts D.Va back on the map. Let me explain why. Armor is what makes Winston really strong. This is huge because now you can get through the armor quicker. That armor is going to be huge. So, like, this is a good change. This is a good change. And I think it still keeps Winston in a good spot. All right? I don't know why I'm doing this. Like, yeah, looking at the patch notes here, getting, just hanging out my mic. Okay, anyway. Wrecking Ball, in 6v6 game modes, armor health reduced from 150 to 100. I haven't played as much 6v6, but it's probably a good change. All right, so on to DPS now. We have Cassidy, Past noon is removed. Even the odds, a new minor perk. Regenerate 20 health per second for each enemy targeted by Deadeye. That's pretty cool. I actually like that. I don't mind that. It's kind of cool. It's not... Listen, here's my take. Past noon's the one that was the 40% all charge one, right? At least this one gives you more of a, okay, I need to shoot this high noon and try to find value rather than I'm just going to hold high noon and let go of it. And then the devs give you a little bit of like kind of feedback on this. So the developer comment here is, so there you go. So that just summarizes why they made those changes and gives you a little bit more insight. All right, next up, we have Freya. Time to earn minor perk reduced by 18%. So for anybody wondering, that's 18% less than what it was before. That's why streamers read patch notes. We're here to give you this information, okay? All right, next up. Rev Draw Crossbow. Number of shots before max spread increased from 8 to 12. Pretty good. Bola Shot. Bola Shot damage and explosion radius increased from 5 to 5.5 meters. And Bola Shot damage over time increased from 75 to 90. All right? Freya's buffed. Yeah, there's a dev comment. It's a paragraph. They basically, to summarize, Freya's better. There you go. Okay, Hanzo. Stormbow. Arrow draw progress is preserved while wall climbing. That was what they fixed before and brought it back. Probably a good change for Hanzo, right? Probably good. And then Storm Arrow's projectile speed increased from 110 to 140. Oh, boy. Holy crap, am I going to fall over to Hanzo? Yeah, I'll be playing Stadium. No, I was kidding. Was that like a hit scan, Hanzo? Next up, chat, we have Junkrat. Aluminum Frame, a new perk. Now, or not a new perk, but like it adds to it. Now also reveals trapped enemies to allies. Ooh, I like this because the ping system, people don't look at that too. Now when I can see them through the walls, I can say, hey, nice Junkrat trap right there. I'm not going to follow up on that, but that was nice. And then we have TikTok, a platform used for short-form content, also a perk in this game. Says, the description has been changed to Concussive Mine, strengthens 0.5 seconds after landing, increasing damage by 50%, explosion radius by 50%, and health by 200%. Now, to summarize that one, this one's pretty good in the sense that there's a lot of numbers being increased there, which to me means that this is good. Okay, next up, we got May. Chill and Reach removed. You know what? You didn't like being slowed at a long range? Let's get rid of it. I like that, right? As long as they don't add a hard freeze back to the game, I'm in for that. Bite and Cold is now moved to the minor perk. Secondary fire hits slow enemies by 20% for 1.5 seconds. So they're just making it a minor perk now so you can be slowed more. Then we have a new major perk called Deep Freeze. Continuously hitting your enemies with... Sombra. Viral, I'm not saying this word. It got removed. Okay? Listen, I was hoping they would put it into the secondary fire for May. I was hoping they would, but they put it into the primary fire. Here's my take. As a streamer, I have to overreact, right? Listen, we're gonna break the fourth wall down here. We have to overreact. What? Are you going, dude? Oh, my glasses just... Oh, God, I might have broke them. Oh, man. Okay, there's the overreaction. Now let's see how it plays out. It could be good. It could be bad. I don't really know, right? Like, it may not be as bad as before. I'm going to give it some time, all right? We're going to give it some time, okay? As a tank player, I don't like it, right? Well, don't worry. I have a spare... It's okay, Chad. If I ever break my glasses, I can put on my spare race car glasses on my desk. Why I have these, I don't know. Why do I see better with these? My subscription down? Okay, anyway. Here we go. Sombra. They got rid of the, whatever that was. Encrypted Unload is a new minor perk. Hack can be used while invisible. Successful hacks increase the duration of stealth by 2 seconds. For Sombra players, that seems fine. Now, I'm going to be real with you. And listen, I'm going to be real with you here. I hope... Everything I've read, feedback-wise, about hero bans... People are not going to have a good time in quick play because I don't think you're going to see Sombra in ranked based off what I've been seeing. But still, I think that helps with the gameplay flow of Sombra. Something that's been kind of a problem since like the reworks. Stack Overflowed is removed, and they have a new major perk called Viral Replication. I'm just realizing something now. Am I? No, there's no way. Okay. Anyway, give me a second here. Hitting a hacked enemy with virus spreads virus to enemies within 8 meters. That's good for Sombra. I couldn't tell you how it is for everybody else, but that's a good perk. Okay, so... No. Anyway. Soldier 76. Field Emergency. The description has been changed to Biotics Field. Healing is increased by 100% on low health targets. Cool. All right. Where's Sojourn? I mean, listen... They clearly didn't make any changes to Sojourn. It goes down to this. Sojourn has a high win rate in a lot of games. In a lot of ranks, Sojourn has a low win rate. They imagine the players that are worried about Sojourn are going to ban Sojourn, and the players that don't worry about Sojourn won't. That's where they're at. Sojourn will be a must-ban this season, and the data will back that up more than likely, and then they'll probably make changes then. That's where they're at. Okay. Torb. Overload turret now transforms into level 3 sentry turret if overload was activated before fully constructed. Oh, so like if you just put your Torb turret down and pop it, it goes off? That's pretty good. Tracer. Blinks reduced from 3 to 2 on flashback. I think that's fine. Still going to be a good perk. And then Quantum Entanglement now additionally grants 20 over ammo. I don't know the perk names now, so it's going to take me time, but that's fine, I think, right? You get ammo back, so you trade off the perk. So, like, it's worth the trade-off where you get more ammo. There's a decision to be made there. I think that's what that is. It's like a decision to be made. It's 20 max ammo? Yeah, so it says it now additionally grants 20 over ammo. You get 20 ammo over what you would have, right? On top of what I already had. I don't know, whatever. You get the health and the ammo, right? That's what I'm saying. So, like, you have a choice now, rather than before. Okay. Anna, Groggy. Reduced initial slow from 75 to 50%. And now also deals 50 damage over the duration. That's kind of cool, actually. I don't know. I think it's gonna feel okay. So here's my take: if you get slept as a tracer, you're gonna have no fun now, right? At the same time, it's one of those things where here's the decision making. They nerfed biotic bounce, okay? So the second bounce damage and healing reduces from 50 to 25. All right, these are the minor perks. But how would you still...
I had my birthday on
Biotic
Saturday.
Bounce is still good for the
Today
anti-nade.
So
they're putting more power into Groggy while also nerfing it so on the slow. I think it's a good way to, I think this will get players to lean more towards Groggy, but Biotic Bounce is still a fun option that I might take still. Again, the idea behind perks is not to have one strong perk that everybody picks. It's to give you a choice. And that's why they're adding some of these additions. All right, BAP. Healing Explosion increased from 50 to 60. Huh? Direct Impact Healing increased from 20 to 30. Huh? Maximum ammo reduced from 13 to 10. Oh, okay, now it makes sense. Less ammo, better heals, less healing uptime because of reloading. Seems like a trade-off. It's basically more heals, more direct heals, less ammo. So it's like a trade-off. Right? That's what this seems to be. Assault Burst will now do instant healing, but it cannot critically heal low targets. Okay. That's fair. I mean, that seems fine. Juno. Hyper Boost has been removed. That's one of the perks. They added Reboots has been moved to the minor perk and duration increase removed. And then Locked On. New major perk. Reduce the cooldown of Pulsar Torpedoes by 1.5 seconds for every enemy hit. Can I be honest with you? Why wouldn't you just go both Pulsar Torpedo perks now? Does that not seem like the only option? Like, just go double, Torpedo perk? Right? They don't synergize? Well, the first perk heals people, and then the second perk, if you hit one of the enemies, so then, it would just go hand in hand, right? Obviously, it's going to help heal people quicker, but you're also going to get your Pulsar Torpedoes back quicker if you hit enemies. So you're just going to choose... Yeah. Oh, it's only... Okay, yeah. I get what you're saying. Lower cooldown equals more heal, just 2 buffs. Yeah, no, I'm not saying anything bad about it. I'm just saying, it just feels like the lock-on time is the problem. That makes sense. So what you're saying is it won't synergize well because the lock-on time is quicker. I would use it differently, but I get what you're saying. Because mine would be, I would use the pre-heal of the right-click that's quicker, but then I would save time for it to lock on, and if it doesn't lock on, I still get the benefit of when I want to heal, but then I also will... Anyway, you get what I'm saying. Either way, we'll see what happens. I'm not too worried about it. Life Weaver. Thorn Volley projectile speed increased from 80 to 100, and the bonus healing from Life Weaving, bonus healing increased from 30 to 40. Again, I think it's the playstyle of Life Weaver is why players don't put the damage output out. It's a very reactive hero. But hey, I mean, they just keep buffing Life Weaver's damage, and eventually it's Lucio. Groovin is removed. You can no longer groove. I'm sorry, chat, but guess what? You got a new beat drop minor perk. Amp It Up is active during sound barrier. That's good, right? You can pop your Amp It Up, but then also your beat. I mean, that seems pretty damn good, right? That's pretty good. Anyway, though, we'll see how that is. Mercy. Angelic Recovery removed, and then we have the Angelic Resurrection. the new minor perk, Mercy gains 100 overhealth after Cast and Resurrect. It's interesting because I thought they would put it at like when Cast and Resurrect, but maybe it caused too many problems where res always got off. Right? I think the idea here is to make it so Mercy can escape, not like if you go for a bad res, you go, you know what I mean? So we'll see. I think it's a playstyle choice. No flash shield changes? I don't remember. I have no idea. Zenyatta. And this is the last balance change. Zenyatta, Orb of Discord in 6v6 modes. Duration before expiring target is out of line of sight, reduced from 3 to 1.5. That's a good change. I like that. They are making some small 6v6 changes. Ascendance. Jump can now be held down to hover. There you go. And then Duality. Increase converted damage from 20 to 30%. That's the one with, like, you do... Okay, yeah. So, some Zenyatta buffs there. That's your patch notes. Juno's Ember Skin got fixed. Something with Kiriko's wall climb animation from playing after Swift Step. And then fix an issue with Ramatra's Void Barrier animation. I actually know what they're talking about here. It's when you would pop the shield, it would show, like, 2 shields almost at once. So it just fixes that issue. So there you go. Here's your shop. So I'll go to the shop very quickly. Here's your Ultimate Battle Pass bundle if you want to get it. You have the Heart of Courage. Okay, that is a really cool Freya skin. That is a pretty cool Freya skin. And then the Demon Rocker for Ayari. Here's the Premium Battle Pass one. We'll go look at the Battle Pass here in a second. A bunch of other stuff. Here's Doki Watch for everybody.
Let's go.
I know this has been
69% to go.
Here it is. Looks like it's 5,900 coins for the bundle. And there you go. You get the Dream Sheep, the Glitter, the Heart of Grace on Widow, the Heart of Passion on Kiriko, and Nocturna on Diva. So there you go. There's that bundle. So let's take a look at the Battle Pass. I will buy the Battle Pass here in a minute. So yeah. So if you buy the Battle Pass, you get the Lifeweaver skin. I'll go through. That's level 2. Okay, that's pretty cool. I might have found my new background image, because that's pretty cool. I love that. That's level 3. Level 4 is the Juno highlight intro. Keep in mind, these are premium, so you have to have premium. Then you get the credits. You get your legendary loot box at level 6. Level 7 is a victory pose for Juno. Level 8 is prisms. Level 9 is this... Look at the whale. And then you get Overwatch coins. Level 11, you get the rock on emote. There it is. Level 12, you get this. Level 13 is the Doki Wings. Level 14 has the Heart of Strength, Brigitte. Premium name card thing. You get more coins. I don't need these coins, but... Player icon.
Kira Kira Beam.
Wait, what does that say?
Kira Kira Beam.
Kira Kira Beam. Voice line. You get, more premium.
You are a royal pain.
No, that's what people are going to be saying when they're complaining about their Mercy on their team. That's a good voice line for that.
You are a royal pain.
That's just the reaction now. Someone says something, you just hit that voice line. Level 20 is the Brigitte skin under the premium track. You get the Heart of Strength Brigitte skin right here. See? Here's Brigitte. All right. Level 21 is the Heart of Courage.
Yield to my shield.
There's the Brigitte voice line. Royal Swordman Genji spray. Player icon for Genji. You got your credits. You got Demon Rocker Lifeweaver, another premium here. That looks cool. More Mythic Prisms. The Black Lotus spray. The Genji Royal Swordsman. Say hello to Genji. 31 is the Strong Heart highlight intro. That's cool. Then you got the Demon Rocker Mauga. Then you got, what do we have here? Victory Pose, Rock On for Lifeweaver. That's cool. Hero of Heart Tracer. Credits, another set of legendary loot boxes. That's a free one. Doki Bow, level 37. Level 38, you get Prisms. Level 39 is the Demon Rocker Lifeweaver. And then level 40 is the Hero of Heart Tracer skin. So there you go. Tracer skin. That's on the free track, so you don't even need the premium one for that one if you don't get the Battle Pass. Level 41 is Royal Lounge and Genji. It's just a, victory pose. Then you have the
Queen demands tribute.
Jugger Queen one. I'm sure people are going to love that one. Masked Rose Venture player icon. The Heart Spray. Level 45, you got some coins. Level 46.
Divine attack. Beauty beam.
These are cool voice lines. Lifeweaver voice line. We got a Heart of Hope Juno card at 47. At 48, you got the Mythic Prisms. 49, more coins. Level 50, you got the Masked Rose Epic Venture skin. So there you go. Level 50. Okay, level 51, you got the Victory Pose for Ashe. The Doki Watch player icon here. The Masked Rose Venture spray. The Demon Rocker Mauga name card. Coins. More Demon Rocker for the player icon. Demon Drummer spray. More Mythic Prisms.
Starlight, star bright.
That could go well with the star skin for Orisa. Level 60, you have the Demon Rocker Mauga. You know, this skin looks cool. I hope I don't have to see it a bunch in game, because that means Mauga's meta. All right, level 61. Ayari Rock-On emote. Level 62, Heart of Hope. Level 63, the name card Rockin' Friends. 64, you got the Victory Pose Rock-On. Pretty cool Rock-On-like theme there. I like that. 250 credits. That's 65. 66 is the Hollow Heart Moira. 67. Even okay, I don't have to say the numbers. You know what I'm doing. Then Mythic Prisms. At 69, you can get the Phobos and Deimos spray. Nice. Nice. Level 70 on the free track is the Hollow Heart Moira skin. So there you go. There's the Moira skin you can get at that level or whatever you're looking for. And then level 71, you can get the Doki Watch, like the Weapon Charm. Level 72 is a spray. Level 73 is...
Love. Love.
Thank you, Bap. 74, there you go. Demon Rocker Ash. Credits. Another legendary loot box. Black Lotus Drum Weapon Charm. Mythic Prisms. Coins at 79. And then at level 80, the Demon Rocker Ash skin. That's kind of cool, actually. That's cool. It's like such a different vibe on both of them. That's a cool bob. I gotta say, that bob is pretty damn cool. I'm gonna be real with you. That bob is cool. And the Ash skin is cool, too. And then just to look at the titles, level 85 title is Bounty Collector. 95 is Magia Technician. 105 is Demon Rocker. 115 is Storm Chaser. 130 is Hollow Heart. 150 is Monster Mosher. 175 is Hero of Heart. And at 200, you can get the Royal Pain title. And there you go. That is your Battle Pass. That goes for 63 days. And here's your Juno skin. So this is like the default level. This is level 2, where if you unlock more stuff, this is level 3. This is just showing you the levels they give you each one. And then level 4, this is like the fully progressed version. Then you can do all your combos you want with the colors and things like that. And then, there's no aspects for that one. But now, oh my. Chat, look at this. I just want to look at something here very quickly. Dude, that is...
Questions when you could just obey.
That's pretty cool. I was just curious, but like... That is a pretty cool Mythic edition. Iridescent. I mean, like, hey, listen, that's it. If they were trying to get people to get Mythic Prisms, I can assure you they're doing a good job of that, because this is that is something. This is one of the versions of it. That is the coolest speed ring ever. Oh, look at the right click, the weapons. Look at the right click on the weapons. First of all, look at the speed ring, chat. Look at this. Oh, I didn't make a heart, but you know what? You get the point. And then look at the right click. Look at the weapons. Isn't that cool? Yeah, I'm going to throw it in the air. I know. There you go. Look at that. I still hecked it up, but you get the point. That's the speed ring. There you go. And then, what does this do? There you go. It's like a giant heart.